Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching the finale of season 1 of House of the Dragon. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is the season finale of season 1 of House of the Dragon. As you can see, I'm still wearing what I was wearing before. I can't wait to watch this episode, and I won't. I'm full of adrenaline. I'm full of energy. I'm full of excitement. I don't know which way it's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen in this last episode. But what I do know is that Rhaenys, like a baller, comes through the floor, could have possibly wiped out everybody that would have challenged Rhaenyra and chose not to. I don't think that blood really should be on her hands, and she's only doing Rhaenyra a favor, which she does not owe Rhaenyra a favor, especially what Rhaenyra has done, with the whole Laenor situation. And I'm proud of her because she showed mercy, but at the same time, it was like very like is she gonna, and it was like this like heart racing moment, and then like for her to fly off, she's going to Dragonstone. She's going to go talk to Rhaenyra. She's going to tell Rhaenyra exactly what's going on. I'm excited and terrified at the same time because I feel like if Rhaenyra knows that Aegon was named king, he's wearing the crown, he's got Aegon's sword, he is now Aegon the Conqueror, second of his name, that like she's going to go fight for it because she knows what her father wanted and she also knows the prophecy. I know that Alicent got that wrong. And she did her best with the information that she had. And I know in her position, hearing that, that's exactly the conclusion I thought she was going to come to at the end of that episode. And then into this one, seeing that her father was working against her, seeing that the council was working against her behind her back and was plotting for Aegon to be king and finding that out, and that they were okay with disposing of Rhaenyra. And like, that's not like what her husband would have wanted. That is not what Viserys would have wanted. And I love that the commander of the Kingsguard, I can't remember his name, but Graham McTavish plays him, that he has an issue with it. And he says, until there's a king, I'm not part of the Kingsguard. That there's still like loyalty to Rhaenyra and to Viserys and what Viserys wanted and what he had everyone pledge their loyalty to. And that was for Rhaenyra to be the heir. Now, she also realizes that Otto is still trying to manipulate her. And she has that moment where, she's just like, a reluctance for murder is not weakness. And he tries to play in her emotions with her mother. That's like always the card he loved to play. It was just like, you remind me so much of your mother. And she's just like, no, not again. And I love that because she like learns to stand her ground. But there is a storm brewing. And I don't think that we're going to get a conclusion necessarily. Like, these shows typically don't give you a conclusion. They give you more questions, zero answers, more chaos to work through. The one thing that I'm happy about is it's just like with Game of Thrones, there was the game going with the thrones. And then you had the whole, Winter's Coming and the White Walkers. So you had like this other thing, this other storyline that was happening elsewhere that like you had to contend with. And this way we don't. We don't have that supernatural thing that's going on. We have like pretty much House Targaryen is on fire, and it's either Aegon or it's Rhaenyra. I think. Oh God, it could be that Aegon dies and then it's Aemond and Rhaenyra. It could be that that Aegon doesn't die and Rhaenyra dies, and then Daemon does something. Like, there's so many like people that could like just be contending for this. And we saw that Aegon wanted nothing to do with it. Like, he doesn't think he'd be a good king. He doesn't want that leadership role. And I think everyone knows that Aemond was the one that like really could do the job and wants the job. Like, he would love to be king. What kind of king? I don't know. Viserys the Peaceful, I don't think that they're going to say Aemond the Peaceful. Probably Aemond the scary guy. Don't fuck with him. And he would probably keep peace in the realm that way, through fear, not through kindness, which I don't think, I think there's a middle ground there. Instilling a little bit of fear, but still showing kindness is, I don't know. I always ride the middle. Like, I don't want to pick one side or the other. Like, I don't want to be like, I am fully, team green. Because I love Alicent, but I hate Otto. I like Helena, but I hate Aegon. Aemond is like pretty fucking cool as far as I'm concerned. Kristen Cole can go, but the other guy that Graham McTavish plays, like he could stay. Like there's like certain people that I'm like, Team Green just bugs me. But then you have Rhaenyra and Daemon who have done pretty despicable things. Not only to Kristen Cole, which you could just argue that he's being a big bitch about it, but also, like what they've done to the Valerians. And they're not perfect, but they're not also inherently evil either. I think Rhaenyra loves her children. She loves her husband. She loved her father. And while she never thought she was going to have the throne, I think that these years has built on her that she is going to become this queen. And she's kind of teaching her boys how to be, I guess. I mean, her boys aren't as immature as we see Aegon being. They kind of have good heads on their shoulders. And I'm going to give Sir Harwin a little bit of credit for that. Laenor a little bit of credit for that. Rhaenyra a little bit of credit for that. And as time has gone on, probably Daemon as well. Now, again, there is an Aegon Targaryen that they have. So I'm kind of curious if that's going to come into play or not. But I'm not going to waste any time speculating because I have no idea what could possibly happen in this other than dragons flying into King's Landing, there being a fight. I think that Otto sent people to go to Dragonstone as well. There might be a fight at Dragonstone. The White Worm is dead, so now children can still have their teeth shaved down and their nails grown out and fight in pits in Flea Bottom. Larys is just, he gets shit done. We'll give him that much. But he's someone to worry about. Holy shit. Okay, I'm just gonna stare off into space and get lost in my thoughts, but let's get into this episode. I'm so scared, interested, excited just to see where the hell it goes, because it could go anywhere. It could go nuts. It could go crazy. I could be crying at the end of it. Dear God, if something happens to anybody that I care about, I don't want Rhaenyra to die. I don't want Daemon to die. I don't want Aemond to die. I don't want Alicent to die. I definitely don't want Helena to die. There's so many people that I want to protect. And I know that when you get to a finale, that's when people are sacrificed the most. So, yikes. Let's get into it. Are you ready? Because I'm not, but I am. But I'm not, but I am. Oh, Patty. Oh, Patty's no longer in the opening. Oh, that hurts my heart. They also didn't have, what's-her-face, Cook. Yeah, it's weird. She's not in this episode?
The sea snake is going to die, isn't he? Grandsire was the greatest sailor who ever lived. I get green sick before the ship even leaves the harbor. I'll just ruin everything.
Poor thing.
I'm not like you.
Oh.
In what way, sweet boy?
I'm not so... perfect.
That'll win the heart of a mother.
I am anything but.
True.
Princess Rhaenys has just arrived on Dragonback. She urgently requests an audience with you and Prince Daemon.
Might we hope for news of Lord Corlys's recovery?
Viserys is dead.
I've hit these two the hardest.
Aegon has been crowned as his successor.
Oof.
Alicent demanded you declare for Aegon.
She asked. I wouldn't say demanded. Demand is a very strong word.
The Greens are coming for you, Rhaenyra. And for your children.
Oh no.
Baby's coming.
what great timing.
Her term is far from complete. This should not be happening.
It is f***ing happening.
We've done this 5 times before. Keep your spirit in the 6th will be no different.
Oh, God.
Get off! Get off! Get off! Ow! Ow!
She's got a lot to deal with. This did not need to happen.
Whatever claim remains to me, you are now its heir. Naught is to be done but by my command.
Good boy. Births don't go well on this show. I'm nervous.
I'll fly to the Riverlands myself and affirm Lord Tully's support.
You will do no such thing.
Mm.
My mother has decreed no action be taken while she's abed.
Come with me. I'll show you the true meaning of loyalty.
Oh boy. It's not Daemon's child, so that's terrifying.
Do you recall who King Viserys named as his heir before his death?
Princess Rhaenyra.
So I'm presenting you with a choice.
What are you doing, Daemon? What's my baby? Hi. Hi, special boy.
Or, if you support the usurper, speak it now. And you will have a clean and honorable death. If you swear fealty now, only to later turn your cloaks, know that you will die, screaming.
She's seeing a dragon.
Get out! Princess, please! You shouldn't do this alone, Princess. Let us help you.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. 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 Okay, I don't know if I need to keep seeing a bloody baby. People wonder why I don't want to be a mom. Childbirth. Terrifying. They lost so much in the span of 2 days. His brother, her father, their child, possibly the throne. They're probably gonna get attacked, like, right as this is going on.
I mean no harm, brothers. I swear to ward the Queen with all my strength. Father, no children. I shall guard her secrets.
Amen.
Obey her commands.
Don't do anything crazy, please. Oh.
My queen.
I think I know what team I'm on actually now. If I wasn't sure earlier, I definitely am sure now. Obviously, I'm not team Aegon. Maybe Aemond, but definitely not Aegon. Oh, look at her. Queen we never got. Oh, Danny. Wow. The visuals in this show are just stunning. That is beautiful.
With Prince Daemon's acquiescence, I've already sent ravens to Lord Grover.
Lord Grover is fickle and easily swayed. He will need to be convinced of the strength of our position.
That'll
And
be
that
Damon's
we will
job, I'm
support
sure.
him should it come to war.
I'm going to treat with him myself.
Setting the chess pieces.
Your cause owns a power that has not been seen in this world since the days of old Valyria.
Dragons.
Dragons.
We have Cyrax, Caraxes, and Melis. Your sons have Virmax, Arax, and Tyraxes. Seasmoke still resides on Driftmark. Vermithor and Silverwing dwell on the Dragon Mound. Still riderless.
She needs one.
I also have a score of eggs incubating in the Dragon Mound. No.
Which I thought was Drogon, but I guess not.
Your Grace, a ship has been sighted offshore. A lone galleon flying a banner of a three-headed green dragon.
Alert the
Green
watchtowers.
dragon.
Sight the
Great.
skies.
Rhaenys didn't seem happy that her dragon was mentioned that that's what they had. I feel like she's loyal-ish to Rhaenyra, but like she didn't bend the knee or she didn't bow either time.
I've been directed to deliver her message only to Princess Rhaenyra. Where is the princess?
Well, there she is. Remember the last time she did this? Yeah, don't fuck with her, because that dragon right there. She does know how to make an entrance.
Princess Rhaenyra.
Queen Rhaenyra.
I'm Queen Rhaenyra now.
Acknowledge Aegon as king and swear obeisance before the Iron Throne. Will pardon any knight or lord who conspired against his ascent.
I don't believe any of
I
it.
would rather feed my sons to the dragons than have them carry shields and cups for your drunken usurper of a king.
Well said.
Stale oaths will not put you on the Iron Throne, Princess. The succession changed the day your father sired a son.
You are no more hand than Aegon is king. F***ing traitor.
Queen Alicent has not forgotten the love you once had for each other. No blood need be spilled. The realm can carry on in peace.
Manipulator.
She can have her answer now, stuffed in her father's mouth along with his withered Let's end this mummer's farce. Sir Eric, bring me Lord Hightower so I may take the pleasure myself.
No. King's Landing will have my answer on the morrow.
What is going through her head?
When dragons flew to war, everything burned.
Yes.
I do not wish to rule over a kingdom of ash and bone.
Are you considering the High Tower's terms, Your Grace?
That hit hard.
To defend the realm, not cast it headlong into war.
Well, the enemy have declared war. What are you going to do about it?
Bold.
Clear the room.
Rhaenys likes it.
You know my oath reaches beyond our personal ambitions. A song of ice and fire.
What?
Daemon doesn't know it.
War against the darkness in the north, a conqueror's dream. Viserys shared it with me when he named me heir.
Daemon.
My brother was a slave to his omens and portents.
Stop it.
Anything to make his feckless reign appear to have purpose. Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did.
Daemon.
He never told you.
Mm-mm.
Did he?
He really wanted her to be here. Jesus, Damon. Hi, buddy. Oh my god. Just bring him back just to watch him die.
I've had men whipped for falling asleep on their watch. You are no man.
She surely isn't.
Your brother is also dead.
Easy, easy, buddy.
In his haste to bury you and claim your seat.
Heedless ambition has always been a Valarian weakness. Rhaenyra was complicit in our son's death. That girl destroys everything she touches.
That girl is holding the realm together at present. Every man standing round the painted table urges her to plunge the realm into war. Rhaenyra is the only one who's demonstrated restraint.
The purpose of war is to fulfill faith.
Reluctance to murder is not a weakness.
Where is Daemon?
There were other concerns which demanded the prince's attention.
Corlys, always all-knowing.
Your declared allies?
Yes?
Too few to win a war for the throne.
Indeed.
Well, we would also hope to have the support of houses Arryn, Baratheon, and Stark.
Hope is the fool's ally.
In war, yes.
This Hightower treason cannot stand. You have the full support of our fleet and house. Your Grace.
God, I love Corlys so much.
The consequence of my near demise in the Stepstones is that we now control them. I took care to fully garrison the territory this time. A total blockade of the shipping lanes will be in place in days, if not already. The Triarchy have been routed. The Narrow Sea is ours.
We should bear those messages. Dragons can fly faster than ravens.
Oof.
And they're more convincing.
Truth.
Very well. Prince Jacaerys will fly north. We must remind these lords of the oaths they swore, and the cost of breaking them.
Oh man, that gave me cold chills. Her braids are starting to grow, but they're going to be a lot of dragons, and that's kind of scary.
If you take this errand, you go as messengers, not as warriors. Swear it to me now, under the eyes of the Seven.
I swear it.
I swear it.
Thank you.
Those are good boys.
Go to it then.
I'm excited for them. Because I would imagine Rhaenys is probably going to go and do her watch. Dragons make me feel alive. Is it one of the unclaimed dragons? Oh. Oh my. Oh, those are some teeth. Who is that? I'm kind of scared. Like this seems not good. Eerie. Please don't tell me that they're... Oh no! Oh my gosh, thought I was probably already ready for it. Whose other dragon is that? It was a big one. Was that Aemond's dragon? Was that Vagar? Yep.
Son of Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen.
They had the same f***ing idea.
Which is it? King or queen? The House of the Dragon does not seem to know who rules it.
My chest is so tight. I have anxiety for Luke.
Remind me of my father's oath. King Aegon at least came with an offer. My swords and banners for a marriage pact. Go home, pup, and tell your mother that the Lord of Storm's End is not some dog that she can whistle up at need to set against her foes.
I shall take your answer to the Queen, my lord.
Wait! My lord Strong.
Oh, screw you, Aemond.
I came as a messenger, not a warrior.
Fight would be little challenge.
Ouch. Is that wrong?
No. I want you to put out your eye. It's payment for mine.
Give me your eye, or I will take it, boss! Not in my hall! The boy came as an envoy. I'll not have blood shed beneath my roof.
And they'll take it outside. Why do I get the feeling Aegon would, like, follow him into the sky? Get on your dragon and go! Please don't kill this dragon or this kid. Oh my god, I'm just like looking all around. Like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. The sound design. Oh god, he's so tiny! Oh god. Ah! I'm telling you, I've been afraid of Aemond ever since the eye came out. I mean, hopefully Arax is a little more agile. Yeah. Maybe you can fly in tight spaces? Is Rhaenys anywhere around right now? She said it was not a short flight from where they were, right? Yes. Tight spaces. That's what I was talking about. Don't think that you've gotten away. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh! I don't understand what he means. Will the dragons change loyalty? Oh god, Luke. Oh my god. You are terrifying, son. You are so fucking scary. How did they get word that that even happened? I mean, other than him saying that it happened. My heart is just racing. Aemond might have really screwed over his brother's claim to the throne by this. Oh god, oh god, oh god. No! Oh my god, that's how they end the whole season? Aemond f***ed up. He f***ed up. He f***ed up. Holy shit. Okay, so like let's just say like we knew Aemond was scary, and the second that I saw Vagar's outline in that lightning, I was like, oh shit. The fact that Aemond killed Prince Rhaenyra's son, like I'm very sad about the dragon. Vagar is to not be fucked with, but like I think he realized like what he just did and how that could create a war, and his vengeance, which he seems to have fared well losing an eye. Really, that effect that they had for the eye too is like top notch. But like he could have really started a war by killing Luke. So like the last episode was definitely an Alicent House Green House Hightower story. This one is very much Rhaenyra's story. She went through a lot. She found out that her father died. She lost a child, had a funeral, was pretty much challenged by Otto. They came with terms. Like, would anything suffice for her to give up the throne? Like, they can't be serious. And especially Daemon, like, I know Daemon was ready to fire in and go to war. And not only to fight for his brother, but to fight for his wife. And I love that about him, but I don't know what that dragon was that he found. That dragon was, like, he looked scary. Like, the teeth, like, I think would be a good match for Vagar. I don't want dragons killing dragons, although I think it's inevitable when you're talking about House of the Dragon. Him, like, oh god, him bending the knee after putting the crown on Rhaenyra. I didn't know if because it's Daemon, you never know if he's going to do something reckless or, go off the cusp or whatnot. And I didn't know I don't know if it's Eric or Eric. But when he brought the crown, I thought, oh my God. Oh my God. What an offering. What a symbol of his loyalty to have taken that crown and made sure that it got to Rhaenyra, and Daemon placing it on her head and then bending the knee. And I kind of like at the time was like, oh shit, why is Rhaenys not bending the knee? And I realized that like she had to talk to Corlys, and I'm so happy that Corlys is alive. Oh my God. When I tell you he's my favorite character in the whole series, Daemon is hot second and Aemond is like third. And then of course, Rhaenyra and Alicent. But like Corlys to me, he is like that strong voice of reason. And he appreciates other strong leaders. And even though they know that she was complicit in Laenor's death, they still know that they're three grandsons. I know they know that they're not their grandsons, but they also know that those boys are promised to their daughters. Well, at least one is now. Oof. Oh. Oh. I am broken about Luke. But like, I mean, he shouldn't have picked the fight with oh god, he should not have picked that fight with Aemond. And I don't mean the fight in which Aemond lost the eye, but like, like laughing at him in front of the pig, and like really they shouldn't have treated each other like shit when they were kids. And a lot of people were like, well, it was 4-on-1. Was that really a fight with the two girls and Luke? I don't think so. Maybe Jace a little bit, but like he was ready to like smash faces with that rock. He was like ready to kill somebody when they were in that fight. Like let's not paint him innocent. Like yes, he lost an eye and that was unfortunate, but he gained one hell of a fucking dragon. Debt was paid as far as I was concerned. This whole thing of him chasing Luke and wanting the eye And then I was very confused because Luke was like, Arax, like you're mine. And then I could hear Aemond saying, like, Vagar, you're mine. And like, were they having a hard time controlling their dragons in that moment? Because I know that like dragons gonna be dragons and they're gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do. Like, really, they don't have to listen to the dragon rider that's on them. Like, was that a problem in that moment? I really expected like a lot of death. I expected that I was going to cry a lot. And Rhaenyra and like her wearing the crown, like I do think that like as soon as she puts on the crown, she sounds different. She acts different. She's thinking differently. And like to where her and Alicent almost echo the same way of thinking that like, again, I keep saying it, like this being reluctant to murder does not make you weak. And she doesn't want to start a war. And she mentions that she would be ruling over a kingdom of bone and ash. Now with her son being killed and at the hand of another Targaryen, I think Aemond started something. Like he started a shitstorm that I think he's gonna have to answer for. Really, I mean, I think he should be the king anyways. I think Aegon is kind of a waste of space. I guess we'll see in season 2. How exciting is that going to be? Oh my god. But you know, like I still hold that like Alicent is not perfect, but she's still a good person. And Rhaenyra was not perfect, and then you see her be like very like regal and very queen-like and very much a leader. Even having the room cleared and then realizing that Viserys had never told Daemon about the prophecy, about Aegon's dream. He had no clue. And that's when she kind of like, I think, really realized that her father really did intend for her to be the heir. That being said, he did it after his son died in childbirth. But he didn't tell anybody else the prophecy. He told no one else about Aegon's dream. And I think like right then and there, I think she really realized that Viserys really wanted her on the throne. The angry look when she turns around after learning about her son's death. So here's the thing. Dany was like really good. Like she had her moments where she lost her cool and she did some crazy shit. But like she very much was brought back by Tyrion. And I don't know who reigns in Rhaenyra. I would hope that it's Corlys. He would make a great Hand of the Queen. Just saying. Mostly because he's like my most favorite thing. But like I feel like she is going to get to the point of like mad and needs to be reeled in. And now she's had this moment that Alicent had a couple episodes ago when like her son was maimed, and now Rhaenyra has lost a child, 2 children essentially in the same day. Ooh. I fear for the people that get in Rhaenyra's way. Also Daemon's way. You know, like he's the loose cannon that you have to worry about, but he's the one that doesn't mind getting blood on his hands. He does not mind spilling blood. He does not mind breaking necks. He does not mind using dragon fire to kill. I think he's valuable, but again, if he goes kind of off the handle and he's half cocked, or, you know, he just flies loose, you know, that could be dangerous. And I will just like tell you that like I like Daemon because he is so crazy and out there, but then he has those emotional moments where like, you know, he's singing and he's walking up to the dragon and he's, you know, like he's finding the warriors he thinks is important to this war. You know, he told Rhaenyra that you have to have these dragons, and like, you know, he starts naming them off, but you know, definitely I think like he's got it right that like the more dragons you have to fight the other dragons that are at King's Landing, the better. So I guess in season 2, Jace, we're going to see him talking to Lord Aaron and Lord Stark about their loyalties, and hopefully nobody else from I don't know if it's hard because it's Targaryen against Targaryen, but I guess Hightowers, if the Hightowers have reached the Starks or the Aarons, we're in trouble. But they are right that if House Stark has pledged an oath, they stick to it. And that's one thing you can always say about a Stark, is that they are loyal. That's what we love about them. It's also what gets them killed. Holy shit, like I couldn't have guessed that that was going to go either way. I thought for sure that they would be riding dragons into King's Landing and that Rhaenyra and Daemon would be setting that place on fire, which I know obviously didn't happen because, you know, if you think long and hard, there's not a history of a Queen Rhaenyra, you know, flying into King's Landing and setting it on fire. But I don't know who sat on the throne. It's because a dragon is still on the throne. So when we say House of the Dragon, they're all dragons. Wow. Wow. Didn't see any of that coming, but like the beautiful imagery, the music, the dragons, you know, I feel like Rhaenyra looked and felt like a queen. I noticed that she had 2 braids going across the back. And that's like one thing that I noticed with Dany in the last 2 seasons, is that all of her braids started to increase the closer she got to being on the Iron Throne. And she never made it. So I don't know. I don't know what Rhaenyra's fate is, but I can only hope, because like Alicent can't sit on the throne, and we know Aegon sucks. Aemond would be a great king, I think, in a manner of speaking. It's a little wishy-washy, but I feel like, I don't know if Daemon would have made a good king or not. I feel like his brother didn't think so, and that probably will hurt him, knowing that his brother didn't tell him something like that. I don't know where it can go. Crazier, insane. Looking forward to every fucking slice of that. Oh my gosh. It's about to get nuts. Like, it was like the 2 women playing nice, and I think, you know, again, Otto playing on women's feelings for each other and thinking that like that he can manipulate them that way. I still think that something has to be done about Otto. I was really glad that she grabbed the hand and threw it, but like that really was just kind of like, you know, an F you to him. That wasn't really anything standing. I love how Corlys like pretty much is like, I have control of the narrow sea. Driftmark is yours. You know, we'll shut off all the shipping lanes to King's Landing. That will have a profound effect on the citizens of King's Landing. Rhaenys running watch. I love it. I love where this is going, because there's so many players on each side that are like showing how formidable they are. And I will tell you, like, of the Targaryen boys, of Rhaenyra's children, like Luke was definitely weak. I don't know how Joffrey will fare, but Jace definitely had a different type of head on his shoulders, especially, you know, the way he kind of stood up to Daemon, and then Daemon taking him aside and like, this is how we show loyalty. This is how we prove loyalty, and having the men of the King's Guard swear their loyalty to Rhaenyra and kind of saying like, if you turn, you will die. I thought was a brilliant way to show that, but I also don't think that it was necessary. It was very obvious that they were loyal to Rhaenyra, but I think they're even more loyal to Rhaenyra now. Especially if Daemon's threatening you. Get your ass in line. Wow, I have no idea where this is going to go. I'm excited, and I know that a lot of people have read the books and they know the story, and they know the direction in which it is headed. And I'm excited, but scared, because I know we're going to lose more people. We always do. Like, so many of our favorite characters die. I really thought that, like, Corlys was going to die on his deathbed, but he was going to pledge, Driftmark to Rhaenyra. I am so happy he's alive. I knew he was stronger than to die. And the fact that they are somewhat forgiving of Rhaenyra for being complicit in Laenor's death. I mean, obviously it's for their granddaughters and their future, and I get that, but like they really seem to be loyal to Rhaenyra, and I hope that sticks. I hope that stays. I never like fully like think that any loyalty that's been pledged will stand. It's probably like a year and a half, 2 years for season 2. I'm dying already. I can only imagine everyone that finished this right after it aired, like just how like crazy they felt inside, because I feel insane right now. I want more. I can't believe we have to wait for it. Okay, guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to this episode, it will be available on my Patreon, as well as other full-length reactions to other shows that I'm watching, like The Expanse. I will be starting Severance soon. Also Vox Machina, The Bad Batch, Andor, and also The Last of Us, which is starting soon as well. Actually, I think by the time this one goes live, I will already have watched 1 or 2 episodes of The Last of Us, which Pedro Pascal's my guy. He's daddy. So I know nothing about The Last of Us, but I'm excited nonetheless. So in the meantime, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. How did you feel about Arax and Luke? Because I know a lot of people are Team Green and Team Black, and that's definitely an attack on Team Black. But like I said, I like Aemond too. So, I mean, if Aemond sits the throne, Rhaenyra and Daemon are dead. If Rhaenyra sits the throne, Aemond is going to be dead. So we have to pick which one. Like, it's funny that I just like already throw away Aegon. I'm already like, he's nothing. I feel bad, but I really don't, because I think we all know who really needs to be on that throne. One of the two. But in the meantime, guys, catch me back here for other reactions. Set your notifications. If you find me interesting, funny, if you like watching me cry, if you like watching me say things where I guess where I think the story is going to go and it doesn't go in that direction, and I am wrong, just a slight fraction of the time am I right. But it is fun to watch me guess, and I just have to live with it. So if you like that, come on back for other things. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I will be back for season 2. But in the meantime, I'll see ya.